Ryan's wife an artist, so she made a little doodle holding the bomb.
Funny.
And then it's our little skunk protection. So a little countdown video when it blows up and it starts. He doesn't die.
What is your at Real Break Live?
You want water at all?
I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, Brendan Rogers. Pull up a chair, have a seat.
Nice. My selfie's still sideways, still messed up on it. I love it. I don't know why it does this, and then I look for sideways.
What's happening, everyone? We are live. We're just set up here. The first of Friday. I haven't lost my voice yet. We are here with Suze from Tops. She's our good luck charm. So if you have questions about anything Tops, especially social media, no social media.
Don't ask me anything.
Don't ask her anything. If you have anything you want to say fun, do you want to do the honors?
I'm going to let you rip the case because I feel like that's dangerous.
I have cut myself on a case, on a rip one time.
And did you bleed all over the cards?
I had a buddy with me, and I had made him finish the break, so I was like bleeding all over. So it was like 1 in the morning. That happens.
Only bad things happen at 1 in the morning,
But,
so I do.
But I actually, I think it was like Leaf. There's a Leaf product that does all, they're all in top loaders.
Oh,
and I cut myself, that was like a couple weeks ago. I had to do the break with like a big bandage. But that's all right. Here we go. Now we're doing the fun stuff. So I'm going to open the pack. You can see us with a small camera. Dale, right? Yep. Dale's here. He has the Rockies. So if you're getting good Brendan Rogers autos, if you don't, you can blame Suze. If you do,
blame me. I can take it.
You can blame it. So we have 11 Tops Chrome. I always like to do this. It's kind of good.
I try to do it too, and then I always mess it up.
It makes you feel like you're in the hobby shop. Yeah. So I'll rip and Suze will go through them. You good?
Yeah. Alrighties.
I'll stack them and she'll go through.
First
she'll show you the hit.
Card, I will, but I like to also show off the regular cards, the base cards. Danny Jansen, because I'm a jerk, so I'm sorry for all you people who want to see everything.
Danny Jansen's from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Appleton.
All right.
He's an Appleton West Fair.
Future Stars insert, Derek Rodriguez. We have a Rowdy Talese Prism Refractor, and then Kevin Kramer autograph, Pittsburgh Pirates.
There we go.
And then the rest of the guys.
Do you use the term prism? Is that the correct term? We have
I don't know. What do you say?
Well, I always thought prism was a term from another company.
I mean, it's the name of a product, but I thought, what is on the wrapping?
Welcome everybody to. I can't read. You can read that?
Yeah, I have glasses on.
There's the Buchinski's.
Prism Refractor. That's the name of it.
I was just asking.
Kind of just like how other people use superfractors sometimes, right? Not the name, but like the design.
The design. I love. This
is a nice camera. We were going to talk about this because I have a really bad time with my camera. Future Stars, Dylan Cousins.
If you pull superfractor, you cannot leave.
Reese McGuire, Prism Refractor. Robbie Cano, Don't You Know. I don't really know what I'm even looking for right now.
You're looking for
I got a refractor, JD Martinez refractor. Should I put them in a different pile or does it? Okay. Kyle Tucker, throwback.
What's on your agenda?
Marcus Stroman green refractor.
There we go.
Who just got traded to the Mets. Number to 99.
Hey, you wanna Hulk Hogan or
Oh, Joey Gallo. So every time I see Joey Gallo, I still think of my cousin Vinny. His name was Joey Callow, but you ever see My Cousin Vinny? Number to
what are you talking
299.
about?
You've never seen My Cousin Vinny?
You got a show?
The movie? With Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei?
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Who are you? Why did I agree to do this break with you? Vlad Jr.
Vladdy.
Base. Vlad Jr. base. I'm looking what other people were talking about. Oh, I see one in there. There's one that's slightly shorter. So that was brought up.
The one in there, the thicker one, that's a hit.
I know, but I was talking about like this
gotcha,
one that looks slightly shorter. So it did come up yesterday at the Topps Q&A. I don't know if you wanted to put the base in. But Kyle Hendricks refractor, Justin Upton throwback, and here's the future star. So I like to slow burn it a little bit when I do these.
It's blue.
KC.
Oh, KC.
Heath Philmeyer.
That's filthy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here's also Heath Philmeyer's base card. So anyway, what I was saying is it did come up yesterday in the Topps Q&A about these cards that you can see have a slightly shorter. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little better right there.
Yep.
So those are the rookie cards of like Alonso and Vlad and Tatis.
Eloy.
And Eloy. And essentially what happened is it ended up being the Tatis card. So what happens is these cards, they got printed on like a separate form altogether. And when they got printed, there are tolerances like of how Topps, what sizes of cards are supposed to be within like a certain kind of like a measurement. And they passed the Q&A and they were within those tolerances. And if it does become an issue, it's something that we will speak to like PSA and BGS about. That's a refractor, I was just showing you. Just an FYI, because I know it was something that came up, and it's not something like we are avoiding. It is, we're well aware, and is our redemption, and are monitoring the situation.
People love redemptions.
No, they don't. Greatness returns. Reggie Jackson, Giancarlo.
It's a Danny Jance redemption. You're fired.
Rookie auto. We had the wrong name. Dennis Santana. I don't know what team he's on.
Dodgers.
Great. Dodgers!
We found 3 redemptions. The kid from the Angels, too. Well, nice looking cards this year.
They're nice.
I
Willie
like the
Adames
2020
Prism.
design.
Do you?
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. I did it myself.
Did you?
No, I didn't do anything with it. Freshman Flash. Ryan O'Hearn.
How do they select what players get autos and what players are held till update? That's a good question, Chris.
So, I mean, a lot of it depends on when the player gets a refractor. Ryan O'Hearn, Edwin Diaz. Hit!
Oh!
I like buried that one. Buried the lead there. Vladdy Jr. auto.
I'll sleeve it. You gotta take a picture of that.
Who's brought the good luck?
Yeah.
Sue's bought Vladdy.
So back to the question while we celebrate Vladdy Jr.
Look at that.
So it depends on when players get called up. What was the question again?
How do they decide what players are held till update?
Got it. So it's really on timing. So when products are done, there's a lot of time that we need to get these products done. So here we have a reverse negative.
No, it's not reverse.
Just kidding. And here's an auto of Bryce Wilson. Not a reverse negative.
It's just negative.
Negative. Sorry. Sorry, I don't have the photo jargon down. So again, it's based on timing. And when a player gets called up, nope. Going back to the beginning because I lost my train of thought. Series 1, the checklist has to be done for Series 1, so for 2020, essentially by the end of this season. So by the end of 2019's baseball season, the checklist for Series 1 has to be done because of how much time we need to create the cards. Series 2 is essentially done by opening day. So if a player hasn't been called up essentially by opening day and doesn't make the opening day roster, he won't be in Series 2. So anybody who gets called up between opening day and the cutoff time to be in 2020 products is who goes into update. Sorry that took me forever.
So is Jordan going to be an update?
He is in 2020. 2020 Series 1 rookie.
You hear that, Ryan? That's our debate. Ryan,
Well, I'm down.
she confirmed Jordan will be 2020 Series 1.
Boom! I called it.
Yeah. Is that the box? Is that the
That's the box.
The whole
That's the
box?
box. You want to do any more?
Sure. I can do maybe one or two more before people start looking
Okay,
for me.
where's Suze? This is when you work a booth like Tops. You probably get, I'm going to guess, out of 10 people, 4 are really nice and 6 are kind of a pain in the stomach.
There's more nice. No. I would say it's like if there's 10 people, 7 are nice, 2 are just, indifferent, and then there's 1 that's like maybe not as nice. I would say that's a better.
Do you find it funny, and you don't have to answer this question, is a hobby that we love that people can be crazy? Like, it's fun.
No, because people are super passionate about it, and I think anytime you're passionate about something, you're going to, you're going to get upset about things if essentially they don't go your way. Brad Keller,
You love
Auto.
those Royals pitchers.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. So I just think that anytime you're super passionate about something, your emotions get involved. So it's also good to remember, like, not to take it personally. If somebody's mad about something, it's not something I did, unless you're mad about me dropping that Josh Rogers card and putting fingerprints on your Chrome cards, then I could understand. But otherwise, it's not. And I get it. I mean, I'm a collector too, so I'm super passionate about a lot of things, and I could understand why people get upset.
Daniel, go back about 10 minutes in the video if you want to answer that.
Rowdy Talese, Freshman Flash. I know there's an auto coming up because I see the white
So
edge.
any surprises from Tops?
Like what?
Like different online sets. I know, can you talk about, you probably can, about high tech, the different
Green Wave.
configurations? We do a ton on high tech.
Number to 99. I don't know offhand.
Like
I'd have to
4
look.
packs, 1 auto.
I'd have to look into it. I just don't know offhand.
Any online? I like it.
You saw it here at the show. We have that Gary V exclusive set that we're doing. So Gary V and Topps collaborated to create a trading card set, which includes it's 41 cards in the set. I don't know if it's an auto, but it is an auto. Pablo Lopez blue refractor.
Here's a question.
Number to 150.
How customer support will help collectors with pack pull damage issues now that breaks are a bigger part of the hobby.
So on Topps.com, if you go all the way to the bottom of Topps.com, there's a section that says customer service, and you click on customer service, and there's an option of if you have a damaged card, to be able to fill out a form and send it back so that you can get a replacement. It's not always going to be a one-on-one replacement, because if we don't have the card, it's impossible then to replace because a card doesn't exist. There's something here. So bias purple, but I think there's something behind the bias purple too. Blue Jays, Ryan Barucki. Blue Jays, Ryan Barucki.
Tommy John.
Okay, so also Tommy John. So if you need to get, your cards replaced because they're damaged, you fill out that form, follow the instructions, and you'll get a replacement card. Not necessarily maybe the one you sent in, just because I said it's impossible to get one-of-one replacements. Altuve refractor. Aaron Judge throwback. There's it's color coming up. I don't know if it's... I thought it was. I saw that. Fernando Tatis, blue refractor.
It's
Number to 20. No, I'm just kidding. Number to 150. Sorry if I'm doing your break differently than how you do them.
Most people are better than me.
Nolan Arenado refractor.
One did say it's weird that names are pronounced correctly.
Dakota Hudson for the Cardinals auto.
So, a product like Topps Chrome, what's the team that makes Topps Chrome look like? You have designers who look like...
So it starts with the brand team. The brand team is they're the guys who are putting what inserts are in this set, how does the set look, what kind of cards, the configuration, and all that kind of stuff. So the brand team consists, specifically for Topps Chrome, I'll call it maybe 3 people. The the product development, the VP of product development, our brand manager, and then the associate brand manager. And then the designers come in, and it's like it might be a couple different designers who work on the product. And then you have the pre-production team, who are the ones who make sure like this product is getting out the door, to ensure like project managers are making sure the product gets out the door. Oh, purple, Ray Black, purple refractor.
Frank Yerish. Here you go, Frank.
Number to 250. And then you have the editor, who's the one now getting the we can do more since I'm very chatty right now. Then you have editors who pick the images that go on the cards. I'm just trying to think.
How many people are on that all together?
So on the brand team, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on the brand team.
Do those people also work on other brands?
I mean, the brand team is like full. It's like
they do
all baseball. That's all baseball. That's a baseball brand team. There's also like our entertainment brand team where there's other people as well.
How do you get the photos? People ask that all.
We use Getty Images for the photos. We have a contract with Getty where we use them.
When you use a photo, can other people use that photo, or do you buy it exclusively?
No, they're not exclusive to us, but other people can use them. Ty Buttrey for the Angels.
Because through Facebook, it's interesting. We'll get some people say, "Hey, check out this card. That was my, photographer."
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's fun when it happens because we see them a lot on social media. They're like, "Oh, my card image got on the card," and they love it.
If you were a photographer and used your image, would you go for the rainbow with that card?
Of course. Cielno Perez.
Oh, here's a good question.
Refractor.
How are Tops Now cards?
Number to 499. There's a team. Then there's the ecom team. There's a whole bunch of them, and they essentially every night, like they use a chat, like a group chat, and they talk about, what are the moments, what's happening. We also have a Tops Facebook group that you can join to talk about, what moments you see from your team. So if you're like my team that never gets their moments, you could always join our Facebook group that we monitor to make sure that, we're not missing any moments as well. And then you can find it through our Tops Facebook page.
All right. So people could have input.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like Trent Grisham is Major League. Oh, that's cool.
Jeffrey Springs, Blue Wave.
Race. Okay.
But there's probably like a good 10 people who like work on Tops Now, like deciding like what moments they see and everything like that.
So we use a lot of Tops Now and Living Set.
Ramon Laureano
As a skunk
auto. That's kind of cool.
Because I think a lot of people maybe don't keep up on it. So
Which one is the
Noah Syndergaard throwback, freshman flash, Christian Stewart.
So when you get back to your booth, what will they say? Where were you?
No, they know I'm a busy bee. So we have a Nicholas, I don't know how to say his last name.
I say Kufko, and I know I put
That's not even close.
I know.
There's
So that's what
there's
you do.
no C or K in the end.
Here's
of
what
it.
you do. If you don't know how to say
Kyoto.
it, you make it so bad that it makes it sound like you're not trying.
Auto.
Walter Payton's nickname?
Who thinks it's calling you that?
Tell me Walter Payton's sweetness.
So there's another auto coming up. I'm just slowing down to get to the auto. Here we have, nope, not the auto. Here we have, not an auto, I don't think it's auto, but Mike Trout reverse.
Ooh.
Mike Trout negative.
Negative.
Sorry. That's cool. Mike Trout negative, not numbered, but that's cool.
That's a nice hit.
What player's nickname was Bongo?
Tatis.
Player's nickname was
Scotty refractor. We have purple. Aramis Garcia refractor.
Cool.
I act like I know that like it's common knowledge, but I just found out.
Greatness. Derek Jeter, Gleyber
We
Torres.
were visiting Top Shop's retail store last night, and they had
Yeah. All right, then that's that box.
There you go.
I could do another one. I'm having fun. Sorry.
Opening
Sorry, I'm
cards.
taking all the joy out of you getting to rip cards.
It said your voice sounds better than mine.
You know what's funny? I do these breaks like for Tops on Thursdays. We do like a Facebook Live break most Thursdays, and I get some really strange comments. Sometimes they're like, "She sounds like she's 12," and I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
Because you guys have a public group. We have a closed community, and we just pick people out.
And then other people are like, your nails look nice today. And I'm like, you don't need to. Oh, yeah, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso.
Look at you.
Peter Alonso.
Well,
My
let's
bad.
talk about that. Why are you going with the R? Why does
So these requests come by like either the teams or the player agents about what they want to go by. So, once upon a time he went by Pete, and now he goes by Peter.
All right. Nice.
Sticking with racing.
Someone asked if we need any more George Brett cards.
I don't know the answer to that just because I'm not visible to like the deals that. Why are these upside down now?
Let's go ask Tops.
Yeah. Who can Tops let that happen? Ramon Laureano, blue refractor. So I just don't know the answer to that. Like, we're always working on getting deals with players, especially like if they make sense for us. So I would say, like, always keep an eye out. You never know, like, who's gonna pop up in a product.
I think you guys have done him on the higher episode. Diamond Icons.
Jonathan Loaisiga, green, and then Yankee.
I call him lasagna.
Chance Adams for the Yankees. We call him lasagna.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Louis Sega.
Louis Sega.
Louis Sega. I actually know that
Raise
one.
your hand and tell me what Cleveland Browns running back held the record for most career rushing yards in several years. Jim Brown is right.
So what do you see
That easy.
the product that is? I'll tell you my answer. My answer to this question is Bowman. The product that's like this crazy runaway train right now.
I don't disagree. Bowman is like its own kind of beast right now.
For a bonus pack, what number did he wear?
Are you involved in the Brooklyn collection at all?
No,
9.
I like it.
That's correct.
I didn't buy the Brooklyn collection. Austin Riley, I like that one too. I feel like people are sleeping on Austin Riley.
It's his first rookie auto.
That's awesome.
Oh, the Vlad, an Alonso, and an Austin Riley.
And we're only halfway through.
Where's Tatis at?
That makes it an eBay 101.
We didn't put a refractor though. Maybe not an auto, but there's a Vlad Jr. base. Oh, redemption. Fun fact about the Tatis autos in this product. I was there when he was signing the cards.
Oh, at the Tops Industry?
Yeah, fun fact. That's my fun fact of the day.
The auto.
Oh, sorry.
Fired.
Sorry.
Oh, where's the money? We'll get the money bin out. So we do,
So this is
you know what a money bin is?
Money Mitt?
Yeah.
No.
exclusive you can only get here.
Does it give me money?
They've also got DC Comics Bombshells exclusive cards. So they do a lot
Some of these
cards
wallets
for
our friend Jimmy
TV
Simpson
shows,
makes.
comics.
They're made out of old
They have a
baseball
brand new
balls.
set coming out
Oh, that's cool.
called
And then we put hits in the money bin.
Glossy, shiny foil.
Justin Upton,
And their
number to
booth
150.
is actually in the GTS
One more.
lounge. See that little lounge in the back there with the blue carpeting? Well, you can go in there.
And then in our in this crate, if someone skunks,
Of their products.
some people will. They're all random for they
Will
get a money
Myers,
bin.
purple.
Pre-release.
Oh, that's cool. And that was that box.
Shopping by, you can get their
Keep going.
Keep going.
All right.
While you do that, I'll open this. I don't even need a box cutter. I don't know about you guys. There you
You
go.
got those nails.
Good choice. Good grammar. Y'all know what grammar is? So, I got more stuff to get from. Go ahead. Let's use the good ones. All right, so this is WWE cards. But did you know that TriStar actually made this card?
Hey, she got you a Vlad auto.
Oh, freshman flash autograph. Christian
That's cool.
Stewart.
Out of
Yeah.
99.
Sure.
On the back.
Yeah, the 99.
She said Vlad, Alonso, and
Austin Riley.
and Austin Riley.
It was all me. Those cards would not look. There's a big card here. Those cards would not have been in this box, in this case, if I wasn't here. It was
People
all
usually
me.
just blame me.
Chris Bryant, Prism, Severino, Refractor, Trouty, Chris Shaw. Here. Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, one per case.
Vlad Senior, debut gear.
Those go to the Nationals.
That's cool. Item not made. Oh, item may not be from players'
Should be on a
debuts.
99 on the back.
Number to 99.
There's orange ones that are really thick. You haven't pulled any orange yet.
Oh, that's my fault, obviously.
It's really.
That's not college football, that's not.
Springer Refractor, Kyle Tucker,
So, yeah, stick around. Re-answer that.
Fletcher.
When was the last year that you
Oh, Brandon Lowe,
That's good.
auto.
That's a hard hit.
Is it?
Well, we haven't pulled many of him. He's pretty good. I think he's underrated. All right. Any other good questions?
I'll even take bad
Any
questions.
bad questions so we can make fun of you?
Tim Anderson, negative.
There you
Want me to
go.
pull that out?
73?
You do it. You're supposed to flip it. It's Tim Anderson, like a bat flip.
I don't think anybody would appreciate it if I flipped their car. Oh, here's another autograph. Isaac Galloway, Brewers.
Who?
Yep, that guy.
No, what's he?
Oh, Brewers.
Correct answer is
I can't say that word.
Well, the Marlins.
Oh, I thought I saw an M. My bad. Sorry. I also can't say Brewers, and I don't recognize the Brewers either. Jake Bowers, Green Refractor.
Oh. What are the good questions we got?
Tatis
There
Refractor.
you go.
Freshman Flash, Luis Urias.
So if someone pulls a good card
Odubel Herrera.
and they want to get it retweeted or liked on Instagram, how should they hashtag it? Crowd
Jonathan Luciega, blue. Doel Lugo, that's blue. Doel Lugo autograph. Just tag tops. It's harder for me to see it on Instagram, admittedly, just because there's so much that goes on Instagram. But it's easier if you tag at tops, and I'll be able to see it that way. Ozzy Albies Refractor.
17
did well yesterday.
Tatis,
You did well with
Space.
Majestic. I'll grab another one.
Cunha.
It's too hot. Yeah.
Doel Lugo again.
Yeah, in the same box.
Yeah, it wasn't even a refractor.
I blame
That's
Tom.
weird. I do, me too. Who can we talk to about this?
Let's go complain. You know, we always say that, but then if you're Matt, he was right here. He's like, yeah, give me two. It's funny if you pull like two Mike Trout autos, no one ever complains. Right?
They do. They usually return one so they can get like what it's something else.
So they get a dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Any talk of top stopping the redemption expiration dates? No. Not at all.
But I will say, I had I don't know if this is the norm, but I called, I had expired redemption.
Oh,
and
I thought for a second
they sent me
I
a
saw.
replacement.
Yeah, so what happened? So they're doing something a little bit different these days, Ryan Baraki. I mean, not these days. It started a little while ago that if you have an expired redemption, you can send it in. And if it's on shelf and they still have it, they may send it to you. If not, they'll send you like a care package, like you got like a replacement. So Pete Alonso rookie. So what it is, the best thing would be to call and speak to somebody from customer service about it. Josh James of the Astros. And that's really it.
Hey, Rob. Yes, sir. Did you hear about the guy? Is this a joke? No. See the cops at the National
Hey, what other good questions?
2003 Cubs set.
Topps license at MLB is extended. Correct this year?
Aramis Pussy. Yeah, I think we announced it a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's through several more years that Topps has the license.
What is the, what do you see in 2020 for rookies? Alonso, or,
Alvarez.
Alvarez? Who else do we have?
Another thick card in here.
That's weird.
Alvarez. I'm trying to think. I feel like
auto relics, but we haven't hit one.
they would make auto relics. Maybe we got one. Freshman flash.
All right, raise your hand and tell me who was younger when they won the World Series? Chris Bryant?
Pudge. That's what it looks like. No, not Pudge. Is that Nelson Cruz? Nelson Cruz. Oh, the Texas Rangers.
Now they're the year. Bryant was 24.
2K says, let's
like-
complain.
But there are no losers in the Mike Burger.
I'm trying to think who were some of the rookies who got called up recently, but
Trent Clark?
off the top of my head,
Grisham with the
sure.
Rob's
Chris Shaw, green refractor. But off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody.
Top Sunday is going to be crazy this year.
It's really fun. You say crazy, I say fun.
Moment's best is
Pete
one of the
Alonso refractor.
biggest products we do.
Who holds the record for the most?
DJ Stewart auto.
So, Orioles. Thinking
Sorry.
5 auto boxes. No Rockies auto. What's going
Vlad
on?
Jr. base. Angels. Kyle Schwarber green.
That's cool. He's having a nice year. Is packing random?
Yes.
Yes. And there's other,
Framber Valdez.
but I agree with you on Topps. I think your competitors is not sometimes.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there are not a lot of co-packers or vendors essentially who do this. We all sort of use the same companies because there's just not a lot of them. So I don't know. Like I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I think like sometimes what we'll see is in some other products there'll be like maybe a football product will be like one big name rookie auto in the whole case, right? And every case will have one. Where like this product we have already has 3 big names.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. It might just be because those big names really cost a lot of money. Like, I mean, really, like
Sure.
it might be that those big names cost a lot of money, so they have to limit, the amount of autographs of theirs that are going into the product because of that reason. Because it's too much money and it would be cost prohibitive on their end. Because otherwise, they'd have to like raise the price of product. So what they do is say. And this is just me speculating, I don't really know. But to make it fair, and they will put like, let's make sure like they tier the autographs. There's 1 tier A auto per case, 3 tier Bs, 5 tier Cs, like that kind of thing. So I
Topps
could
do that.
sometime maybe, because like I said, Justice Sheffield, because like a lot of those top level guys, they're like super pricey, and if you had like 800 Mike Trout autographs in a product, like, I don't know if
I think it's funny. Do you ever
I
get
looked at
like
this one already.
when people get a Vlad auto, they're happy, and then they say, "Oh, there's too many Vlad autos." I say, "Well, then burn yours."
They're happy because they got theirs, but there still has to be a collectability, like, and a desirability for these cards, because if not, then Kyle Wright blue,
Blue Shimmer? Is that the correct
blue
term?
wave.
Blue Wave.
I don't know, maybe you might be right too. I have no idea.
Brian always corrects.
I make things up.
I make up names and make up colors. I don't think Wander is going to be a rookie next year.
Unless he gets called up. I mean, we don't make rookie cards unless the guy has been called up. Like, so if he hasn't been called up, like, he's not going to be a rookie on a rookie card. Gold.
Ooh.
Edwin Encarnacion. Gold. Whoa, sorry.
Jersey cards are pretty hard to hit.
I was trying to read. Auto. Patrick Wisdom. I was trying to read a text message.
Say, where are you? We're having fun.
Very cool. And I have a pitch halfway.
What other questions we got from her? We get a lot of people watching at work. Hanging out.
I watch breaks at work too.
Did you pull this out of
Can you get away with that as a job?
Yes. I'm like looking on eBay and they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, no, I'm just looking at cards, no problem. How you guys doing? Exactly. Pressure.
Very cool. What'd you pull? Got that out of the gift bag?
There's Minnesota Twins, Steven Gonzalez.
How about the year they're having? So did you guys do an event like at the All-Star game, or do you guys do any like roadshow events?
You know, we have Rowdy Talese. We have Fan Fest that we do. Fan Fest is really probably this end. The Fan Fest is really probably the only ones that we do.
Are you gonna do the Top Summit again?
Yes.
2020? February?
Yes.
That was fun.
Well, all you guys are going to want to be sure to see.
Angels, David Fletcher.
You guys do the Industry Summit?
No, we just do our own one, and then that's it. Oh, we're at the last
That's
box.
fine. All good things come to an end. Don't worry. We have an 11 o'clock one.
Then I can't do the 11,
And the
unfortunately.
noon. We'll probably have a 1 o'clock too.
Thanks for having me. This is
Yeah,
fun.
this is fun. Glad it worked out. It's always fun to open cards. I like the jumbo better. It's a lazier break that's all. Uh-oh.
Chance Adams, Refractor.
Is he any good?
I mean, he's a good prospect. $4.99.
How many Yankee games a year do you go to?
You know, this year I've gone to 0. I just haven't had a chance to go, and I'm super tired these days, and I go home and I just want to go to sleep. I used to go to a lot of games. At one year, I went to 60 games,
Wow.
home and away, because I used to go along the road too with like my friends to go see games.
Sure. Your office is in New York, right?
Yep. Kevin Newman, Pirates.
You ever get random people just showing up? Want to check it out?
Yeah, sometimes we'll be downstairs and there's like people outside because it actually says cops on the building on south.
Yeah.
So people will come and they're like, oh, cool, cops, and then we'll get other people like who will message us on social media and say like, hey, I'm gonna be in New York, can we come for a tour? And I'm like, it's just an office.
You get tours?
No, because it's just an office.
I think they think it's a museum.
I wish it was.
All your cards, they're printed in Dallas, right? Or they?
I think so. Not all of them, but I would say most. Reese Hoskins gold,
That's cool.
gold wave, and then Cedric Mullins autograph.
I want to see a Trout auto also.
Cool, me too.
Well, you hit one insert auto.
Slacking over here.
Slacking.
We're halfway through the last box.
Well, 5 packs.
Peoples.
It's been fun. Last chance. The questions for Suze. So do you have friends that collect cards and they complain to you or talk to hobby with you?
Yeah, I mean, my friends don't complain because they get the deal, but like I'll have people who Prism, but there are people who are like, hey, can you help me out? I have this redemption, and I'm like, I have nothing to do with that, and wouldn't even know how to get your redemption for you if a player is not signing his cards.
Like Jake Arrieta?
I don't know that guy. Like, I don't know Jake. We're not friends. I can't get him to sign his cards.
All right. So has anyone pulled any autographs or cool prisms from your packs?
Elvis, negative.
That had the last auto in there, huh?
Yeah, there's one in here. Coming up. Right here.
There it is.
Those are the same guys. Steven Duggar of the Giants. Sorry, Rockies.
She skunked you, just so you know.
It was me. I did it. That was it, but we got Pete Alonso, Austin Riley, Vlad Jr. That was fun.
Recap it?
Okay. I didn't realize there was more work involved, but okay. So Danny Jansen, Dennis Santana, Steven Duggar, Kevin Kramer, Cedric Mullins, Kevin Newman, Chance Adams, David Fletcher, Steven Gonzalez, Patrick Wisdom, Kyle Wright, Blue Wave, Justice Sheffield, Frambert Valdez, DJ Stewart, Aramis Garcia, Josh James, Ryan Baraki, Doel Lugo,
Patrick, then the answer to you is
Isaac
I'll get it back
Galloway, Brandon Lowe, Christian Stewart, Freshman Flash, Chance Adams, Ramon Laureano Blue, Peter Alonso, Nicholas Ciupo, Ramon Laureano, Jeffrey Springs, Blue Wave, Sinel Perez, Ty Buttrey, Ray Black Purple, Dakota Hudson, Ryan Baraki, Pablo Lopez Blue, Brad Keller, Bryce Wilson, Vlad Jr. We started out real hot and then Kevin Kramer, and don't forget the Money Mitt, Austin Riley.
All right, awesome. Thank you,
Thanks,
Susan.
everybody.
We'll be back.